guys, welcome back again to another exciting one. Like you all know that we like to simplify things. We don't want to write too much of codes. We just want to master how things really works, and so that by the time we get to the complex things, it's going to be very easy for us to, integrate things together and be able to understand why we are doing what we are doing. All right. So I understand these might be so intimidating, tiring. Like, how am I going to start using it to create a reward problem, solving the reward problem? And trust me, you just need to master this. It's just as if you're building up bricks for you to know things, so that by the time you start making use of them, you will know what you're using it. Like we did in the last previous tutorials when we talk about why you need to create functions, the reason why looping is very important, the reason why if and else statement is very, very important. So all of these things, by the time you're aligning them together in your thoughts, you will know why you're using them and when to use them. So today we want to take a look at dictionary, and dictionary is just like the name implies, dictionary. Imagine if you want to work on your vocabulary and there's a particular word you don't really know much about. You have to go through the dictionary and go through it. That particular word is going to be like a keyword that you don't know, and by the time you look at the front of that keyword, you will see the value. So that's how it works. So dictionary has keys and at the same time value. So that key is the thing you want to know about, and that value is that the meaning of what the value of the key, which as the name implies. But enough of talk. Let's take a look at how personal information really looks like. Let's say you just want to know my name, where I'm from, and my age, and you want it to be inside one variable. How can I do that? 3 things at a time. So let me say person, which is my name, which is me. And if I now want to know more about it, I have to use curly brace. This is where the thing comes from. So when I open curly brace, I hit on enter, you can see it opens the body for me. That what do I really want? Now, because I need a name, then I'll just have it in like that. And I need a value. So if that value is, let's say if that particular value is a string, is going to be a string, but this name right now, I'll just call it the name. So this particular name is the key. All right. And this particular name is the key, and this is the value. So let me say my name is Fatai, and probably that's my name. Yeah, that's my name. So if you now want to, add something, let me say my age. Yeah. Okay, let's say my age. Some people will be willing to know how old am I. Okay, I'm not going to tell you. Let's say my age, because that age is in form of what. So I can just, because it's more of a value, not really a string. So you can see the way I remove that string and I just put 20. Let's say for instance I'm 20 years, and let's say my city where I am presently, or let's say the city presently I'm in the UK, and I can just say United Kingdom. All right, that is exactly what it means. Forget about the open and close brackets. We've done it and we're done and dusted. Good. Let's run the code. You can see we're not experiencing any error. So you've just successfully created your first dictionary. And that's the best way I think I can explain it to a layman so that you can literally understand. All right, another thing I would like to show you right now is that what if you now want to print just one thing out of all of these? You also want to print the age, just want to print the let me say the city, or whatever things you just want to print. Okay, it's really easy. So what you're going to do is that, let's say you just want to type print. So by the time you type print, you have to open and close the bracket, and after that you can say person, which is the variable name, and open and close square bracket, and you put not the index right now. Just say you just want to output a name. Let me just put a comment. You want to output a name. All right, if you want to make this happen, like the person, that means you have to say, yeah, that's the name. All right. Imagine if you just want to output this alone. Let's see what is going to happen, which maybe I'm going to see error. It's not giving us any error. We just output Fatai alone. Okay, let's say for instance, you just want to output probably the city. Okay. You just want to output the city. city. I'm in the UK, and let's just put inside this place, just put city. Just as simple as that. Let's run it. You can see it gives you United Kingdom. All right, I just want to explain this in such a way that you're not really going to struggle. So let's break it down. So this is the key and this is the value. This is the key and this is the value. So you are calling the key and it's giving you the value at the output. Okay, that's why it's giving you the value. Just imagine a dictionary as the dictionary, Oxford Dictionary, which is one of my favorite that I used back then when I was in secondary school. And, you know, anytime I'm looking for some words, I would just look at the key. It's going to give me the value. So that is what it means. All right. So the main important thing is that, like, trust me, there are a lot of code you can write concerning all of this, but sometimes it's good for you to simplify things so that, you know, when we're using it, we'll literally understand the basics. Like, I don't want to go deep down into a lot of coding about Python. I just want you to master the basics because, like I said, this is for beginner. Even if you've not coded anything at all, you'll still be able to relate with whatever thing I'm saying. Like, that's the reason why I take my time to simplify this as much as I can, so that by the time we get to the complex stuff, you will not find it very hard to, you know, comprehend. All right. So, what are we saying in essence? Like, why do we really need it in the first place? Keys are those unique values that you cannot duplicate. So you cannot be duplicating this. It's just the key value. Just look at the key value. And value can be anything. It can be text. It can be numbers. It can be list. It can be anything. All right. And don't forget to use the square bracket to get a value by the key. You know, that's why I use the square brackets here. I will get the value. Period. All right. So, but the question is, why do we really need dictionary? Like, the reason is that a dictionary, you can name your data. Like, you can literally name your data, and you can probably look up information quickly. Like, look at this. You can easily look up to any information quickly, and you can put like one thing in a lot of space, and at the same time, it's perfect for storing related data. Let's say, for instance, you know that, okay, this particular data I want to store is related. If you look at information about person, it's really related to that person. So anytime you're thinking about related stuff, and that's why dictionary really comes in, and that's it. So, and what else? Just look at this. The reason why we need it, how to use it, how to call some names, and that's all. So let's look at tuple. So, like, think about tuple like a box of item that has fixed numbers of item. Like, imagine if you want to receive a package, and that particular package contains a specific item. Let's say you order on Amazon or Jumia, whatever online store you want to order from. Is a packet that you've expected certain things inside of it that is not changing. They're not adding anything to it. They're not changing anything from it. All right. So that is exactly what you're going to be expecting. Imagine if they send you probably a product and what you are seeing inside it is what you probably ordered for. You can see how very annoying it could be. You can give them a bad review. So think of a tuple as a box of items that has a fixed number of items and can't be changed. It's read only, like you cannot change it. It's just a box of items. That is what it means. So how can we really create that? It's very easy. So tuple, let's say for instance, I just want to create a location because I don't want this video to be long. Let's say I just want to create a particular location with a coordinate. Okay, location. Let's say I want to store. Let me just put it in there. All right, let me just say, let's just imagine that I want to, store coordinates. Coordinate is just like, what coordinate means when it comes to location. So, because it's not changing at that moment. So this is the location. So if I want to store that, you can see if I should put it this way, that means I'm creating function. So if you now want to create tuple, you have to create equals to and put every of the value inside an open and close bracket. So that is how to create tuple. So let's say, for instance, my first coordinate is this. I just put a random number, and the second one is this. So if you look at this one now, because I said location, and equals to everything inside the bracket, you know, this is more than one value. This is one value and this is another value. So this simply means it's a tuple. Tuple cannot be changed. It's just like imagining something that you want to fix inside a box, and that is it. It's not changing, and that is when tuple is needed. All right. So, and let me just tell you something. You use tuple. Let me just break it down. You think about tuple as a box, as a fixed number of item. Like I said, can be changed, and can be changed, and like your date of birth can be changed. Once it is set, it doesn't change, and that's tuple. All right. So look at this now. So, but the thing is, tuple has an open and close bracket. That's how to create a tuple. Items are in order, and you cannot add or remove anything, just like fixed. So why do we really need it? That's the most important thing. Like to protect data from being changed. So if you are working on a particular program, and you know that there's a particular thing that you don't want to be changing, like date of birth or probably employee number or something like that, you just put it inside tuple. And another thing is that it's faster than list for reading. So to read it is very, very quick. And it's also great for grouped value that won't change. So anything that won't change, just use tuple. All right. So my question is, what if you want to retrieve tuple, like just like the way we normally retrieve values in how will I say it, in dictionary? Okay. So what we're going to do right now is that just type this location with open and close curly. You might be wondering, but this is open and close brackets. Why do I use square brackets? So that is how it is being done. I'm sorry. So the first one, because it is this is the first item. If you want to index it, you start with 0. So let's see what is going to happen. You can see it gives me that number. So and the second one is going to be like this. This is awesome. So it's going to be 1. So that's how to retrieve the value from tuple. So that is that. I don't want to do too much of coding. I just wanted to master it. So we've successfully created dictionary. Dictionary, it has keys and at the same time value, but this just goes straight to value and it cannot change. Imagine your date of birth or anything that you want to group, or you don't want them to change. Yeah, by the time you want to be using them in your program, that is when tuple really comes in. You really understand a lot of things, trust me, because this is now getting very, very excited. So in the next tutorial, we are going to really dive into what is known as module and pipe. And what does that really mean? And that's really important. You need to really understand how to make use of this. And trust me, you're really moving very fast. And in the next one, I'll see you then. Cheers.